boots on the ground, putting it down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stock Scoop. I'm excited to have you here. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. Where I am, it's about 75 degrees, sunny. It's going to be nice and warm out there today. I'm going to, after we do this video and we look at a baby knockout that's paying a dividend, a baby knockout that's paying a dividend, and is even doing business in China. Mickey D, what are you talking about? We'll talk about it here in a second. But as you know, the scoop is for your education, your entertainment, your information only. I'm not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. I'm an author, I'm a researcher. I put it in black and white so you have it for days, weeks, months, and years to come. You can go to Amazon.com. You can look at all my books, Mickey D, D-E-E, and you will maybe one day make some dinero. Make some dinero. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. But congratulations, you baby knockout Hall of Fame inductees for 2026. You deserve it. Congratulations to you. Of course, those names will be appearing in the book, ladies and gentlemen. Baby knockout trading strategy. It's in the book. How beginner investors became millionaires. It's in the book, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the book. It's a great book. Make sure you order multiple copies so you can give it to your family and your friends and stuff. You're forever part of the baby knockout run, ladies and gentlemen. From 2020 to 2030, we're going to be doing our thing. We still have a few years left, ladies and gentlemen, to make a lot of dinero, a lot of dinero. So we will see here. Like I said, It's a two-parter today. I'm gonna go on my walk and do one of those, videos where one of those kind of videos. It's raw and it's real, man. And you guys know one thing I do is I do these things once, and then I don't have to. I got a list like that today, a honey-do list. You know how that goes. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. Got to do that. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this potential baby knockout. No, I don't have a position yet. I may get a start. I don't have a starter's position. I'll just say I have a starter's position, but I really don't really have any amount of shares in this company. But I can reverse that here, because with gold holding, around 5,000 or so, and silver holding, in the 70s, around 80 or so, holding in those areas, give or take, $5 or so, we're still in good shape. In a couple weeks here, when these companies start announcing earnings, you're going to see something special, I believe, with some of these gold and silver stocks. Sure, Mickey D, he's taking profits on one, 1,500%. Don't get mad at me, ladies and gentlemen, because I've taken profits on one company. But it's really good. Take profits. Take something off the table. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Carrot juice. Man, that carrot juice is good, man. But taking profits you'll never get broke taking profits. So let's consider taking some profits here. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this company here. Once again, congratulations to all you baby knockout Hall of Fame inductees, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Scoop. I'm Mickey D, aka the Baby Knockout Goat. There's a company here. Make sure you hit like, share. I'm going to go out, and it's the 7th of February today. A beautiful day out, sunny, blue skies, 75 degrees or so. So I'm going to do another video here in about an hour or a couple hours or so, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about uranium. Let me talk about Denison Mines or something here in a little while. But I wanted to give you a gold baby knockout. This gold and silver is really hot right now. And, as long as the prices stay elevated, I think we'll do very well. But the baby knockout is Majestic Gold Corp. Now, this company is registered out of Canada, not to be confused with First Majestic, another company that we own that's doing very, very well right now. But if you look at this company, this Majestic Gold is a company that's a producer right now. They're producing. They're out of Shandong province in China. Shandong province in China. Say they on the open pit mining they started producing in May 2011 and May 2011. I'm sorry, here in underground mine in September 2019. So it's not a company that hasn't gone through quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. This company's gone through a lot, and they've been around for a while. So let's take a look at some of the things here that are affecting this company here. We'll take a look at their earnings real quick, and then we'll take a look at what's happened lately with some of their news. One thing that has happened here lately with their news, ladies and gentlemen, is they had an underground uh, mine accident, we believe. Now, they say they had lost what was called their safety. Yeah, let's look at the news release here. Police announced that the operation resumed at its Shangangu underground mine following the successful renewal of its safety production permit. Now, they lost their safety production permit, ladies and gentlemen, because they had an accident. But they said that the safety that it had expired. I guess it expired because they couldn't renew it until they got that information taken care of. I don't know. It sounds familiar. A staffer did it. You can't believe anything coming out of China, and my Chinese friends tell me they can't believe anything coming out of America. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. They did receive on November 20th, 2025, just months ago, they received their safety production permit renewal and they've resumed operations at their underground mine. Let's take a look at their earnings, ladies and gentlemen. They're a company in registered in Canada. Canada's relationship with China is much better, I believe, than the United States relationship with China. They have agreements with China and some agreements that the Americans don't have with China. But this company's been around, like I said, it's been around a long time. Let's take a look here at their earnings as they announced the latest earnings in November 28th, 2025. They announced their third quarter earnings, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look here. Once again, it's a baby knockout. They paid a dividend of what, 0.003. That's not going to make you rich or anything. I mean, it's not like they're really hitting on all cylinders until now. I say that because $5,000 gold makes a difference with all of these companies. If you can't make a little bit more money when you were making money at 2,000, you were making money at 2,500, and now we're at 5,000. Come on now, come on. You're blind. Let's just take a look. Take a look. Don't make it easy. 9 months ending September 30, 20. They had revenue of 63 million, 63.7 million. In every, as long as you see these numbers, ladies and gentlemen, when you're reading all these earnings that'll be coming out next week and the week after with these gold companies, if you're seeing increases, and this is a small increase, 22% revenue increase. If you're seeing gross profits, if you're seeing increases, numbers that increase, we like numbers that increase. There's a number, net income, that's decreased. So we don't like that. We don't like decreases. Like I said, this is a baby knockout, ladies and gentlemen. It's not perfect. We see gold production because they had the accidents and they had to stop production for a while. We see a decrease in production. So we've got to, make sure you take a look at those decreases and increases when you're looking at the uh, especially our baby knockout earnings here in the next week or two. So make sure you take a look at that. They're in strong financial position right now. $104 million in the bank, doing well. Adjusted EBITDA 30, they're doing well. Total cash cost 1,153. The ASIC AI SC all in sustaining cost $1,474 per ounce. So this is a company that uh, we can look at and say, hey, maybe there's a possibility here that this thing may end up doing something, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, don't get it mixed up with First Majestic here. Some people get upset with me here. But if you were to look at it, it's 13 cents. One thing I don't like is its share structure, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to do a reverse. We don't know how that's going to look. Before we take a look at that, let me take a look at the share. Let's take a look here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take a look at the share structure information for you that we don't really like here. Over a billion shares. They're going to have to do something, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to have to do something. In the end they don't. If they find gold, and it's a gold rush, then who knows? Then maybe they don't. But we prefer that they did something to that effect, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, once again, we take a look at the stock right now. It's trading at a whopping 13 cents USD. MJGCF, MJS on the Toronto Stock Exchange on the venture, MJS, and MJGCF in America, ladies and gentlemen. It's trading above its all important 200-day moving average right now. It's tested successfully its 48-day moving average. So we could very well be on the verge of going up in due time, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the earnings are not going to look perfect. Why? Because they had delays, ladies and gentlemen. They had some delays. So we'll see. Let me turn this around here for a second. Before I flip it around, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you the latest and the greatest is out, and it has the Hall of Fame members in here. Baby Knockout Trading Strategy: How Beginner Investors Became Millionaires, ladies and gentlemen. What a great read here. Thank you, Judy, for your help. Miss Monera, she was fantastic in helping put this together, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you grab your copy. I'll leave a link for you in the description area. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Carrot juice, excuse me. Carrot juice. Good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna enjoy some of these blue skies, some of this great weather. And I'm not rubbing it in. I know a lot of my friends and a lot of you listeners, there's a rough winter in America all over the country. So, uh, you know, it's here. I'm going to catch it, and it's 110 degrees and it's 70 or 60 where you are is going to be, great for you. Well, it's great for me now. So I'm not holding nothing back. Just like I'm putting Majestic Gold out there. This company is China. They're doing business in China. You guys know how I feel about some of the things coming out of China and some of the numbers coming out of China. But this is a Canadian company, registered in Canadian, with Canadian people. In Canada has a much better relationship than the United States. It's something that is very, very speculative, ladies and gentlemen. You could lose any and all your money, or you can make a whole lot. You can make a whole lot, you can lose a whole lot. So, not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. I can't tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything, but I can tell you to put this stock, Majestic Gold, on your watch list. MJS in Canada, MJGCF on the over the counter in America, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get out here and enjoy some of this day. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful time this weekend with your family. Once again, congratulations to all you baby knockout Hall of Fame members. You deserve it. You guys are great. You guys carry the mantle, ladies and gentlemen, as a baby knockout investor, and be proud of it. And you guys, like I said before, do not uh, be bashful or shameful or anything of the money you made. You earned that money. You earned that money. So if you got 10,000, you got 100,000, you got 300,000, you got a million, you got 4 million, you got 8 million. That's for you and your family and your legacy, ladies and gentlemen, because you've been patient. You've used pennies and patience. Who's to say this stock that has gone up, Majestic Gold, has gone up 100% over the last year? Who's to say it's going to go up another 100%? It can go down. Stocks can go down to zero, ladies and gentlemen, and especially stuff that's coming from China. But it's not America dealing with China. It's a Canadian company. So you're kind of going around it a little bit, like they do us all the time. And I'm talking about in America. And once again, you can believe what you want to believe out of America. This is crazy. Is there some wild stuff coming out of the Washington, the White House? What is that, crazy? I mean, I don't get it. I was glad to see a lot of guys and a lot of women in Congress and in the Senate stand up for some of this kookiness that this old and senile. Those are the only type of presidents we can get. Well, it's not a political show, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, boy, it's tough. It's tough. Anyway, love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. You're looking for strength. You're looking for energy. You're looking for guidance. Look up, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where you're going to get it. God bless you. Take care.